Hey all, so I'm going to do another video. This one is going to be about my 2 months post-op, which I had on October 19th. Yes, October 19th. And so I'm coming up on 3 months, but doing the 2 months now. And I also want to update people from my last video because I had messaged my doctor some photos, my surgeon some photos, and we did end up having a chit chat and talked a little bit more about stage 2. So I'll bring that up because being post-op, even like 2 months, is still just like you don't do much, to be honest. I will bring up stuff. Again, if you have questions, please comment below so that I can add them to my list of questions for the video. That will be my Q&A before I head off for stage 2. So I'm not gonna go past, like I might do a quick update for 3 months, but I'll probably after 3 months not do anything until 6 months post-op. So I just don't want to say the same things over and over again, or I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is a little bit better, because obviously when you're healing, if everything's going well, then and you're pretty far going in your healing process, then you shouldn't really have any issues. I would obviously make a video if I have issues come up, but knock on wood, I don't see, or and I also hope that I don't have any. So what I want to talk about first, in my last video, I had thought that I was urinating from my original urethra because of roughly where I'm peeing from is located. Also the fact that I pee from in between my scrotum, which the scrotum, trigger warning, medical terms, the scrotum is made of the outer labia, so at that point it's really reminiscent of, to me anyways, it's very reminiscent of what I was originally doing before surgery, so it's been triggering and difficult, but I did get some decent pictures and was able to send them to my surgeon, and my surgeon said that where I'm peeing from is not my original urethra. It is a fistula. It's not my original urethra, so thank God, because that's like one thing to get rid of dysphoria, is knowing that it's actually just a fistula and not like I'm urinating from where I originally was, which was making me very uncomfortable. Now, knowing that, I do feel better. However, I still do get dysphoric and feel like not great about going to the bathroom sometimes. Sometimes it's just like you really got to go and you don't care, but other times it's just like it doesn't feel it just doesn't feel right to me. It feels uncomfortable, not like physically, but like mentally, it's and emotionally it's uncomfortable. But like I said, I'm coming up on 3 months post-op soon, and my surgery is scheduled for February 25th, so I will be going through to stage 2 at that point. So what I wanted to bring up is, I guess, just a titch more of what will be going on. So because I do not have a hole at the end of my phallus where my urethra hole should be, what they're gonna have to do is when they're gonna obviously take a look when I go in for my pre-op and see how everything looks. But when I'm in surgery, they're gonna have to like cut open the tip and see if I still have the urethra that they made for me inside, and just like hopefully, that it will just be that. If not, then it means that like my urethra that they made for me disappeared, healed into everything, and at that point they would take a graft from where my groin area is, and they would create my urethra from that, and then go into my penis and put it in. And regardless, I think, of whether they do that or not, or have to do that, I will end up with a Foley catheter, which is a catheter that will be coming out of the tip of my penis if they're going to be trying to allow me to pee from there. So that's one thing that I don't think I had mentioned before. They are going to try to fix my fistula and see if like see what's going on with the fistula type thing. We are also going to do glandsplasty, which I mentioned, and we are going to do a little bit of liposuction because my phallus is a little bit girthy, but it's not too bad. So he said he'll do 1 round of liposuction, which should, like, I know that generally with certain surgeons, I know that with my surgeon, he gets maybe an inch of girth if he can rid of. And for me, that would actually bring me down to a decent size. And I will have stage 3 for testicular implants. So if I do need a little bit more, then I'm not too worried because I'll be able to go in for that for stage 3. Like, that'll be added on to my surgery. I think that is pretty much everything that will be going on. Glandsplasty, checking out my urethra in my phallus and remaking one if something happened, or just reopening if that's all it was, that it closed at the tip. Checking out the fistula and seeing if it's able to be closed, or if they will leave that if my urethra doesn't, if I need a little bit more time. There are some instances where you do have to work on the urethra in 2 different stages, which could suck, but at the end of the day, I gotta do what I gotta do, and they gotta do what they gotta do, and if that's how it's gonna work out best for me, then that's how it's gonna work out best for me. We don't have any worries at all about me not being able to stand to pee. I guess sometimes this just happens, but like I said in my previous video, people don't talk about it, and I think a lot of I feel that, I don't think I feel that a lot of people don't bring up these things. I know that there are a lot of people who actually are unable to get urethral lengthening in stage 1 because their surgeon does not do it that way, or it depends on the patient. So I know that there are a lot of people out there who have gone through having stage 1 and not being able to stand to pee, but I find that there just aren't as many people out there that are making videos and talking about their surgeries where they've had to deal with that. So it becomes I felt more dysphoric because I felt like I didn't know anybody else. People don't really talk about it, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. Obviously, like, nobody likes to come on and make videos about things not going appropriately or not going the way that they're supposed to be, but things do happen like that, and I don't want there to be just videos of people that have had not really any complications that are, like, girth is one thing, but then again, if your body mass, or if you do have, like, larger thighs, then, like, you obviously know going into surgery, and if you, even somebody my size, you go into surgery knowing that your penis could be pretty girthy, and that might have to be taken care of. So I personally don't consider that to be an issue to do with your surgery not healing properly, or just anything like that. Like, I don't consider it to be a fault of the surgery. I don't consider it to be something that is an issue that needs direct attention or needs to be figured out. It is something that is fixable. So, you know, that's how I view it, and I only view it that way because I will need to have liposuction, and that's not the biggest worry that I have. My biggest worries, fears, and dysphoria have come from the things that did not heal properly, or things that did not go as planned for my surgery. I think that's it for what I want to talk about that. I'll make another video. I know, like, roughly 30 days before my surgery, I'll get an information packet, so I will be making a video about anything that I'll be taking with me, stuff on my information packet, and the rundown of, like, what I've got to get ready. Now, on to 2 months post-op. So 2 months post-op obviously is better than 1 month, 1 day. It's been good. I've been able to climb my stairs, which, like, I live in an old farmhouse. It's not, like, huge, but it does have, like, maybe, like, 14 stairs. It has a landing, though, and then 4 stairs up, so that's pretty decent. I most of the times have been sleeping on the couch just because I don't sleep well and I don't want to wake anybody up, and getting comfortable sometimes is difficult. Not overly, but I've been side sleeping lately, which is good. It's a lot more comfortable for me. I want to stomach sleep, but I don't feel comfortable there yet. I don't have any real big issues. Like, I had an ingrown hair, and that was something that I had to take care of. It was like where my phallus connects to my pelvic region, and like you have hair grow back, like you have pubic hair, you have like, even if you got electrolysis and laser, there will be hair that grows back. So like, don't be alarmed when you start seeing tiny hairs on your penis. I'm not saying that it's going to be bushly or anything, but like, you're never going to get rid of all of them, so don't be startled. And you might have ingrown hairs. Like I said in my previous videos, I do have some issue with that in areas where I sweat a lot, and my thighs are somewhere where I sweat. So, and I think most people sweat there. I did actually get a product. It's called Body Glide. My surgeon recommended it to me because my scrotum was starting to feel really sore, and I thought maybe it was from like urinating and possibly just like having extra dryness from where I urinate. But actually, I ordered this stuff from Amazon. It was $13. It's about the size of a regular deodorant stick, the average size. And I got it the next day. It was $13.99 Canadian. And I've been using it every day since I got it, which was about a week ago. And I will tell you that it helped so much. It was definitely chafing of my scrotum against like my thighs and stuff like that. So I was skeptical because I was like, well, this is a new surgery site. What if like I have a little area where like if, for example, where the pimple was, like what if I get that in there? It is all natural products, which is good. It works really, really well. I only apply it once a day, and it has helped so much. So I definitely recommend that for post-op. I think that most men chafe between their thighs and in their groin region, and it's usually a problem. So that's why there are products made for it, and we are no different. So at the end of the day, that's one thing. Also, when I was talking to my surgeon, it was a matter of when I was speaking with him, he was talking to me as well about cis men who have to go through phalloplasty and urethral fixtures and things like that. And he said to me that, like, honestly, they have to go through the same thing. So I understand what you're saying. And normally in cis men, if we are doing urethral work and things like that, then we have to make a hole either in front of or behind the scrotum so that these cis men can pee. And when you think about it that way, it kind of also, for me personally, it's like a little bit dysphoria lift, because then I don't feel as alone, and I don't feel like it's just a trans thing, that like, oh, this is happening because I had to have this trans surgery for myself, and it's a trans surgery. And like, you know, technically phalloplasty has been happening for cis men for a really long time, because there are men that for some reason or other might lose their genitals, or they might have damage done to it. However, it happens. It's not an uncommon thing, and so to me that is some form of relief that what I'm going through is also something that cis men have gone through. So like, it's nothing to be ashamed, embarrassed, that kind of thing about. You are going to experience your own feelings. I'm not going to say that you're not going to be dysphoric after hearing that little tidbit or some other tidbits, because I don't know you and I don't know how you'll react. But I feel like that was something that kind of lightened things for me and brought it into more of a reality where I didn't feel so like in a box, so to speak, which was actually really nice. What else? I did start driving around 2 months post-op. I did little drives, kind of like back road around where I live. And then I slowly started like going more towards like the city of Hamilton, the upper mountain, because my wife had to go back to work. She did take 2 extra weeks off because I was not ready to take care of my son. We have a almost 3-year-old, so I guess I've just been like, I've overdone it on days, but I've just been trying to get back into a norm and like doing laundry, dishes, making dinner, and all that other kind of stuff. And I'm on my 3rd week now of being back to Mr. Mom solo, and it's been going okay. It's been going good. My leg does swell at certain points, but obviously it's going to. My phallus does swell, but when you stand and walk around a bit, or just in general, it might from sitting down too long even. So that's not unusual. It's kind of sore. Sometimes I ice it. Sometimes I'll put heat on it. It just depends how it feels. But yeah, I don't feel like there's anything really extra. It's just a matter of I am feeling a lot better. I have more mobility. And this past weekend, I took a drive and we were going to an antique place, and I completely forgot that how to get there is that you take, like, literally you just jump on the QEW heading towards Toronto, but you jump off at Guelph. And then literally it was near where like the Lion Safari is near Flamborough, if anybody knows where that is. We went to the Freelton Antique Market and we did a walk around there. Roughly I was probably on the highway for max 10 minutes there and then 10 minutes back. But it was pretty decent. Wasn't overly intimidated, was a little bit nervous just because of how other people drive and what my reaction rate and mobility is. But I've been doing really well. I'm not finding driving to be too difficult, and I'm hoping that I will be making longer trips at some point to go hopefully see some friends and meet some babies that have happened since like August, and I haven't been able to meet anybody. But yeah, so I'm hoping for that. Things are going well. I don't take any medication for pain. I haven't really since, I only took medication for pain when I came home after I had, what was it? Oh, I thought it was the catheter issue that I had. I did get some pain meds for that, and I thought I might have had, well, the nurses were telling me I had a UTI, so I did get, like, medication for a UTI just in case. I got antibiotics, but I haven't taken anything else, really, besides my everyday medications that I do take and have been taking for quite some time and have nothing to do with this surgery or trans stuff. So, yeah. I honestly think that's it. Like, month 2 was just pretty much like getting back into the swing of things, but also trying to pace myself so that I didn't have like bad days. I will tell you that if you try to do too much, sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you will feel a little bit rough, like you'll feel heavy. You will feel heavy regardless, like sometimes you don't even notice it, and then sometimes you're like, whoa, there it is, because it is quite heavy. Other than that, that's it. I honestly don't think I have anything else to say. I don't have anything that happened, really. Like, I was worried that I was urinating through my original urethra, which that was cleared up for me. I had a really good conversation with my surgeon, and I feel a lot better than I did in my last video, but I feel like it's important. Obviously I'm not going to take it down. It's very important, and even though I was mistaken, it's a matter of, I don't know exactly what is where and where is what anymore down there, and it's really not easy to see and take pictures of, so you kind of like are at your own thing until you ask your surgeon or whatever. But honestly, if you have worries, ask your surgeon, ask other people who might have gone through it. See, I got up sitting on my bum on the floor, my leg felt a little stretch, but other than that, I can sit down. I can't bend like at the waist and like kneel, but I can do I can kneel with I can lean down with my left leg, and then I swing my right leg behind, kind of like if you've ever seen curling, when they release the thing, they put their leg behind her like bowlers do, kind of thing. And so that has helped me a lot, is being able to try to figure out which ways I can move my body so that I can do stuff, and which ways it's like, not yet. So always listen to what your body says when it's telling you like, no, 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 no. And if it's telling you yes, then continue on until you feel that you've reached the point that you want to reach and you have not overstrained yourself. Why am I saying so much? That's it. That's it. It's Monday, so everybody have a great week. Maybe that's why I'm saying so much. Mondays are not my jam. I don't think they're anybody's jam, so let's just be real. I think everybody's kind of like this on Mondays. At least I hope you are. Either it's just me. Have a great week. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.